Folks, welcome to the Joey Show. I'm Joey Avery, and this is a special edition. I am reporting to you live, your intrepid hero, your intrepid reporter. I am live, boots on the ground, in the heart of it all. You know we cover news on this platform. I'm in the heart of it all. I'm in Costa Brava in Spain. That's right. I have done this for you. I have traveled all the way to the exclusive, to the exquisite Spanish countryside. If you're watching, you can see it. Okay, you can see it. If you're listening, you can probably hear it because it's a little windy. That's okay, but look at me. I'm draped in my European best. I went to a place called Massimo Dutti. I don't even know if that's a nice store or a bad store, but I was like, dress me like a guy who has more money than I have, who is going to be on a yacht and didn't go on one. That's what I want. I have a beautiful kind of a brown shirt caressing the olive nature of my skin. Do I have percentages of Spanish and Portuguese in my ancestry? Yes, I do. Small percentages nonetheless. So I'm here, and I got to tell you, I know I speak to a largely American audience, and I know that we have our beliefs. We look at Europe and we're like, those guys are gay, and not in, it's just how people talk. Happy Pride Month. We support Pride Month on this program. We look at Europeans, we're like, they're lazy and they're gay, and I come here and I think I might want to be gay and lazy. This is the life. I got to tell you guys, we are doing a few things wrong. It's a pretty nice pace out here. It's a pretty nice pace of life. I don't know what it is about Europe. Everything just works. There's no gluten-free here. There's no gluten-free in Europe. You wake up and you eat fucking baguette for breakfast. That's what you are mandated to do by the government. That polizia. They come over, they make sure you eat bread in the morning. That is your breakfast. You eat bread and you like it, and you will lose weight in the process. I don't know how it works. You come here, you have a cigarette. It doesn't give you cancer, it makes you stronger. It coats the inside of your lungs with joy, with the joie de vivre. I don't even know what language that is, but I'm telling you it works. You go to a beach, what do you see? Boobs. Good ones. Quality European boobs. And a lot of bad ones too. But that's okay, because it's about living out here. It's not about being the best. You don't see big, fake, ridiculous, just normal boobs living their life as they should in Costa Brava, which means kind of the translation of the brave coast. It means the rugged coast, the jagged coast. It's like patatas bravas. These are brave potatoes. They are spicy potatoes. The tatas are bravas. They are brave nipples. Free the nipple. Free the nipple, ladies and gentlemen. You heard it here first. It's a beautiful thing. It is nice being out here as an American. I experience things differently. You know, I was born just late in life to believe in the free the nipple movement, but born just early enough to also still be like, you're kind of cool to see those titties, isn't it? That's a good place to be. There's a certain level of repression that's occurred to Americans that makes this all the sweeter. To them, they're like, no, this is life. I'm like, no, this is a different life. It's a different life. It's a nice life. I think Europe as a place, it's like someone who it literally is a place that already made their money. They went and they were like, we care about stuff. We have conquest. We need to rule the world. And then they were like, you know what? That didn't go great. It went well for a bit, but why don't we just like coast for a bit and like back into the corner and just hope people forget about some of the things that we did? We'll just sit over here in the corner. We're going to throw tits. We're going to have cigs. And we're just going to be like, hey, we're not doing crazy shit anymore. We're just living. Let us cook. Or eat out. They don't even need to cook. It's a great life. It's a great life. America is still in our acquisition phase. We still are like, we need to run the world. Is that going great? Does it feel like it's going great? I don't know. Look, hey, guys, just telling you what I see. I'm out here trying to eat fucking tapas, trying to eat a garlic-covered sardine. I'm trying to wear linen pants. I open up my phone. Not fun when I look at the news. It's not so nice. I look at it, it's like, okay, wow. Ukraine is firing into Russia, and now Putin is threatening nuclear action. Yeah, he's gonna do that, I know. But like, come on, it's not great to see. Israel, we don't really need to talk about it, but let's just say that we're sending money places that it's not looking good. And you could just add a little aioli to potatoes and have patatas bravas. You could just retire. You could retire. You could back off of all of your goals. You could just calm them down a little bit, okay? Maybe we could. I do think America will get to that place. We will get to a place where we'll go, hey, we did a lot, and we made a lot, and the quality of life is good, and maybe we can just calm the fuck down for a little bit. You got to act like you've already made your money sometimes. We have a problem with retiring. What's so wrong with retiring? Don't you want to just fucking chill? Why is our current generation, why are the two people running for our office people who are for sure going to die in that office? Is that really what we need? Maybe it is. Maybe it's time for another American president funeral. I don't know. I know that's dark, but it doesn't make sense. Why don't these guys just want a vibe? You've done it. Let someone else do it. That's what Spain has decided. They're like, we've done it. Let someone else do it. We'll just eat jamón ibérico. You know what that is? It's Iberian ham. It's one of the best hams that you'll ever have. And you want to know why? Because they feed it with acorns. It's the simple things in life. It's the simple things in life that go all the way. Having a cigarette that just doesn't give you cancer. Why? Because it's Europe. It doesn't matter. You think I smoke cigs in the United States? No, I'm not a piece of trash. I'm a classy man. I have cigarettes in Europe where you're supposed to have them. I'll even smoke skinny ones. Yeah, I'll do it. Yeah, I will fucking do it. I will do it. I will do it live on the air. Because I have to bring you guys the facts. Because no one else is doing it. I'll fucking do it. This is the type of factual reporting you just don't get. You just don't get it. Unless you're watching The Joey Show live from Costa Brava, a town called Girona, here in the Spanish countryside, where I have been eating olives, trying to figure out what the fuck all this means so that I can come back and tell you. Meanwhile, what have you done? What's happened in our country since I've been gone? Trump is now a convicted felon. That's going to go well. Over paying off a little porn star? Is that what's happening? I don't know what's happening in the United States since I left, and quite frankly, I don't care. I've been gazing upon breasts and eating fresh fish out of the Mediterranean. It's the saltiest ocean out there. That's why tapenade tastes the way that it does. At least that's what I believe. And I've come to bring you the facts with my European sunglasses on. I went to Paris, guys. I've been to Paris now. That's right. I did it. It was lovely. You can eat croissants. They put chocolate inside the croissants. I know they do that in the United States, but I'm not having it there. Because if I have it in the United States, I will get fat. If I have it in Europe, I will get cultured. I saw the Mona Lisa. She made me feel things in my groin. I don't know what it is about that bitch. She looks at you and you just go, ooh. What the fuck? I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is, but I finally understand. Because I thought I was going to go to the Mona Lisa. I was going to be like, this sucks. Just a tourist trap. Just a bunch of people fucking wandering around looking at this thing. Just getting pictures for the gram. Not experiencing art the way that I would. A man of culture. A man who has been to Spain. But no, it actually was sick. And there is a reason why that is the most seen image of all time. It's because she makes you feel things in your groin. And it's amazing. This is not a sexual thing, dude. Don't Americanize this. This is a European groin feel. Where it was a touch of class. I just went, oh. Oh. That's it. Life is different here. I don't want to come back, but I will. I will. Because at the end of the day, I believe in America. I believe in us. And I know I'm the man to lead us. No, it's been lovely. I mean, where are you guys at on the Trump trial? I realize this is not a live stream, but I want your thoughts. Please comment them. I want to know, do you think it's a good thing that he has become a convicted felon? Do you think that that was a good trial? I don't know, guys. I'm not a legal expert. I just know that I try to triangulate, okay? And on one hand, I'm listening. I try to see what the right's saying. They're like, we got to fight. This goddamn, the institutions are bullshit. All of a sudden, they hate the legal system. When did that happen? When did that happen? Listen to the left. They're popping bottles. They're like, well, this is just great. I'm like, I don't know if that's going to end up helping Biden. I think that's going to make more people go, fuck it. Fine, I'm going to ride with Trump. I'm not saying that's right. I'm just telling you what I think might happen. So I wouldn't pop your bottle too soon. It is kind of funny, the thought of, a judge looking at Trump and going, you have been found by a jury of your peers guilty. And there's no way Trump isn't looking at those people that he technically served and going, these guys are my fucking peers? This guy's a loser, dude. He's never even paid hush money to a slut once. He doesn't know. He doesn't traffic in the same circles as I do. I bet Trump's going, peers. I'm pretty sure that this jury should be at least people within a few tax brackets of me who understand what we're even talking about. We're talking about an accounting error on paying a gal off. But that's not how the legal system works, folks. When we say peers, we mean fellow citizens. Okay? We don't mean people that are like you. Although maybe we should. Maybe that's an idea. Maybe you should be tried by a jury of your peers based on Instagram followers. And your amount of followers should choose who is on the jury with you, so then they kind of understand what you're doing. Because a lot of crime is, we pretend it's specifics, but no one's really digging into the details. I think people just go based on vibes. The vibes I'm getting out of the U.S. are not great right now. But that's okay. Life is still good there. It's not as good as it is here. We're going to figure it out. These people eat just tomato on bread. That's it. They don't even call it bruschetta. They just call it pani tomat. Bread and tomato. You can have it for breakfast. Did you know you can just eat bread for breakfast? And it's not toast. Guys, it's just bread. And you can eat it. And you don't get fat. Although I have been getting fat. But that's because I've been drinking. Because I'm on vacation, guys. I'm on vacation. I still show up and I do this for you. I still do this for you because this is not work for me. This is a service. This is a labor of love. This is an act of defiance. This is a piece of beauty. This is a piece of art, and I do it. I should be inside this villa, okay, having cava or drinking lovely Spanish white wine, maybe even a Rioja later. These things are in play, but I came here to the hillside to speak truth to the people. It's what I do, and I do it for you guys. I do it for you guys because I need to tell you about what life is like out here. Eating bread, smoking cigs. I did say that you lose weight. Not everyone. I've been gaining weight because, I've been having a really good time. But that's okay. That's okay. That's how I vacation. All right? I know a lot of you, myself included, when you listen to a podcast, oh, what the fuck? Hold up. Let me make sure we're okay here. We're recording, right? What is this? Ladies and gentlemen, I don't know what's happening. Should get a producer, but I can't bring one to fucking Spain. What are you supposed to do? Okay, we're fine. Okay, good. Doesn't matter, guys. Don't worry, it's a false alarm. The point that I was making is that I know a lot of you, myself included, when you listen to a podcast, you're thinking, hey, I might want to get some motivation out of this. I might want to talk to someone who, include someone in my life, include someone in my earbuds, include someone in my content diet. I might want to bring that person in because they might be able to give me some motivation, maybe a little push in the right direction, maybe a little like, hey, you can be better. And I believe you can. And a lot of podcasters will tell you that. They'll tell you, bro, you got to wake up in the morning and you got to wake up at fucking 5 a.m. Why? Because that's life. That's being hard. That's what you should be. That's who you could be. Be that. Don't be a fucking bitch. I don't always take that approach. I say it's okay to be a bitch sometimes. And that's why I'm telling you, on vacation, I gain weight. I get fucked up. I eat whatever the fuck I want. I impose no caloric restriction. I impose no dietary restraint. I drink probably every night, okay? And also, I won't work out past the first third of the trip. I will always start working out because I am like, yes, be hard, be a man, be that. But then eventually I go, we're going to be fun. When I go on vacation, I try to take my physique and turn it into the before photo of a fitness journey. That's how I vacation. Because guess what? If you want to have a good fitness journey, you got to start somewhere. I came into this feeling pretty good. I've erased that. That's okay. I get a new before, and that means we get to build a new after. That's a beautiful thing. And you know what else? I had fun along the way. Maybe that's the real truth of a fitness journey. It's not about the destination. It's about all the fun you had undoing it. So I've had a lovely time. I have. Building a little bit of a, it's not crazy, but building a little, I'm calling it, because I was getting a little negative. I was like going to the beach and I was like, don't look at me, But then I was like, you know what? Hey, it's a fun monument. I have a bit of a fun monument right now. It will go away. It will go away. Okay, Jack. I'll get jacked again. It will return to a toil statue. These are the two things that you can have. Your body is just basically how it just communicates the overall spectrum of your decision making to the general public. Okay? And if you work really hard, people go, damn, he looks good. You go, that guy does not have that much fun. And then you look at a guy who's got a little bit of a fun monument there, and you go, well, you know what? He should probably work a little bit harder, but you know what? Who am I hanging out with on Saturday? Who do I want to come to Spain with? That's Spain. That's how you say it. I actually honestly haven't, look, this is a little bit out of my depth. Really have spent most of my time in the Catalonian region, with a stop in the Balearic Islands. These are some areas of Spain that I do think were colonized by main Spain, if we can call it that. But a little bit different than Madrid. There's no bullfighting here. It's a little different. Is the Iberian ham good? Yes. Is the seafood good? Yes. Razor clams. Have you had them? They're long clams. Eat them. They're better. It's a fine region. It's a fine place. And we're all going to be fine, okay? A lot of interesting things are going on. Mexico elected a woman. That's nice. I feel like that's a nice thing to do every once in a while. I don't think you should get carried away, but I think every once in a while you go, come on, get in here. Run it. Run it. I think that's good. I think we should do that. Which woman? Haven't found one yet. But in general, let's get a bitch in there. I think that would be good. I think we need... why not? Ladies are great at all sorts of stuff. I think it's time we give them a hand at running the country. The guys are too old now. They don't want to retire. I don't know what that is. I don't know what it is with this generation that has decided, I just can't figure out anything else I'd rather do, so why don't I just work forever? I'll just keep running the country forever. Get a hobby, dude. Get a hobby. I think more people need hobbies. Okay, you should build a model plane. Do that. Am I going to do that? No. I have fun hobbies. Like having a beer, going to Spain. But I think, great, yeah, if you want to build a plane, good, you should do that. To me, that feels like a chore. Now I'm reading, all of a sudden, it's all these instructions. It's like fucking baking. I'm not doing it. But I think people should. I genuinely think people should. And I think if we had more hobbies in this country, we'd have less old politicians. All right? Someone take fucking Biden and Trump and Nancy Pelosi, make them hold hands and bring them down to Michael's. Take them to the craft shop. Okay? Be like, oh, build a thing. Fucking knit. Do something else. You need to experience life. Take Take the foot off of the acquisition phase. This is what I'm saying for the whole country. It's the same problem. We all need a little bit more Spain in us. Understand, maybe you've done it. Maybe you've done it, and maybe it wasn't all it was cracked up to be. Maybe people didn't like it when you were taking over the world. They usually don't. I've noticed that. Take some time off. Take a step back. Okay, there's something about the boomer generation. They just want to keep it going because they want to pretend like it's not going to end. It is. And once you realize it is, you go, fuck, I should have gotten into oil painting. I could have been doing watercolors in France. What have I been doing? Why am I sending emails? For the love of God, who the fuck wants to die? You really want to keel over on Microsoft Outlook? Trying to set a meeting? Enough. Go. Okay? Mr. Biden, Mr. Trump, with due respect, both of you, go to a beach and look at some fucking tits. For once. Stop sending emails. It's enough. I talked about this with Mike Cannon. I'll probably bring it up again. I think it's a fundamental human flaw. I believe it. I apologize if there's wind. This is a fundamental podcasting flaw. But, Daddy, don't have a producer. We're in Spain. Not that I have one at home. Here's the point. We all ultimately are afraid of our own demise. Rightfully so. It doesn't sound fun. Probably the least chill item on my to-do list. Not really the day that I'm looking forward to. Is it just one bad day compared to a lot of other good ones? Let's look at it that way. That's better. Keep that attitude. But we are all going to look at people who have done things that we don't want to do and then try and do it differently. So if the whole thing was make some money, retire, and then have your golden years, I think, personally, if I can armchair psychology this a bit, I think a lot of boomers saw their parents try that, and then they ended up, like everyone does, dying, and the end isn't always pretty, and then they were like, okay, well, how do I not do that? Let's hang on to what I'm doing for as long as I possibly can. And that's not great. And I think that's the position that we find ourselves in with a lot of people in a lot of industries, and especially in politics, because I'm assuming that's a proxy for what's actually going on. No one wants to say, hey, it's your time now. Everyone wants to go, no, I'm still good, right? I'm still good, right? It's going to happen, guys. It's going to happen. You could be sitting at a villa in the Spanish countryside. You're in Washington, D.C. in a meeting. What are you doing? But I don't think that that's actually possible to change, because I think it's impossible for any one of us to actually not be afraid of that and not try to zag where others have zigged. But that's life, and it is what it is. I just think we could all use a little bit more perspective on what's actually important. We get caught up in the day-to-day, and it throws you into a tizzy. And that's why I'm here. That's what I'm reporting on. That's why I'm in Spain, to bring this perspective to you, because you need it. And I'm happy for Mexico. They got some ladies in there. Not what you think of when you think of Mexico. You go, when I think of Mexico, you think a little more machismo. You think maybe not a place that would vote for ladies. Is that because I'm being countryist? I don't know, because it happened. Now, I did see it was a lady who beat another lady. So it was kind of like they did their, this wasn't like Caitlin Clark versus LeBron. They did like, now I'm not saying sports are the same, but come on, guys. It was two ladies, which I wonder how they set that up. I would have thought if I was the other party, because there was a front runner this whole time, and they ended up winning. It was not surprising. This was the front runner. I would have thought if I'm the other party, throw a little dong in there, give ourselves a shot. Don't you want to throw a little chorizo into the mix? If it's just a fucking bean election? That's what I think. And that bean was a... Hold up. Hold on. Hold on, guys. The bean election was... That was a clitoris joke. That was not... Don't do that. That was not... I was not saying that about Mexico. I wouldn't do that, guys. I'm a little too cultured. I'm in fucking Spain. They should probably say sorry to Mexico, I think. Either way, happy for Mexico. Wasn't all good news with Mexico. It wasn't all great. They also had the most assassinations ever in an election cycle. So 37 seems like a bit that feels on the high end. So I guess my message to the Mexican people, if you're listening, cut that out. That wasn't all presidential. Of course, that was mostly down ballot. Hey, I'm going to clean up this small town near Guadalajara. Don't think so. But so that's not good. I think that you should do a better job with that. Try and fix that up, I should say. But at the same time in America, I go, you never want that. But part of me goes, maybe just one. You get one in there, and then maybe the generation that I have been supposing should perhaps take a step back will go, maybe I would like to retire. Maybe you should take me to Michael's. Maybe I would like to craft. These are just things that can make a difference. I don't think we should do it. I'm not advocating for it. I'm just saying, vibes-wise, how do we make it feel a little more, young man's game? We got to make it feel a little more young man's game. Because right now, I think there's just a lot, they're just realize, power, corruption, and we can just do whatever we want. It's not good. But shout out to Mexico. It's progressive. It is. It's almost, it can satisfy both progressives and conservatives, I think. Because I think the angle to take is, on the one hand, if you want to appeal to a certain type of person, you go, hey, girl boss, get it. And if you want to appeal to another type of person, you would go, dudes are the shit. Why do they even have to work anymore? Like I think that's the next layer of the manosphere, right? I don't listen to a ton of manosphere podcasts. Okay, I don't listen to podcasts that are like, here's how you're going to be a better man. I mostly listen to podcasts that are like, here's a thing about sports you didn't need to know. That's what I like. But I think a next layer of the manosphere is get men back in the kitchen. And I think you can spin that. And you go, aren't we the shit? Why do we got to be out of here grinding? Because right now the manosphere is very caught in like, be a high-value male and you can do this. But like, isn't Andrew Tate's ultimate point, I made women work for me and I just got the money? That's really, it's almost ending up being a progressive take. It's like, I'm so man that I am feminist because women need to get the fuck in the workplace now. Okay? That's man shit. You wear the pants. I'm wearing swim trunks. I'm by the pool. Because I'm a high-value male. I sit there. I'm like a lion. You hunt. I'll still eat first. That's not what I believe. I personally, here's my hot take on the whole gender thing, is if you actually find a partner that you truly love, you will want to be partners because the equity of your relationship is actually the most important thing and the healthiest thing. And when you love yourself and your partner, that's really all that you should care for. But it's more fun to talk about people who haven't figured that out. That's a more fun conversation. Is there a difference between the genders? Yes. Is there a difference between every single person on earth? Yes. You should learn what your person's needs are and think about them alongside yours. You will always advocate for yours. Keep an eye out for theirs. That ends up helping you anyway. Because what you don't want is to have the person you're with all the time mad at you. That's really the only thing, is you want maximal happiness. And that's what life is about in Spain. That's what this is all about. Okay? We can find it. There are wild things going on. I won't cover this extensively because it's a little late by the time this is coming out. Kind of a wild coup in the Congo. Particularly because Christian Malonga, who attempted to pull off the coup, had been living in a self-imposed exile in Utah, and his son was on the football team, and apparently he went to some of the other football players, and he was like, hey, you want to do security for my dad's for my dad when we're going back to the Congo? It'll be a cool way. I can pay you like Bro, like 100 racks. I mean, 6 figures right out of maybe high school, college. I haven't looked at it. But either way, young kids in the adventure stage of their life. And they got the greatest adventure that they could get. They are now being held or may have been, I don't know. They're not in a great spot because they ended up trying to be involved in a overtake of the government in the Congo, and they were Utah high school football players. And the crazy thing to me when I watched that is you might have been able to get me to do that. Like, I'm not a gun guy, and I get really embarrassed quickly. Like, I don't even like if my order comes out wrong really complaining that much because I'm like, oh, they probably know what they're doing. So I wouldn't be great at a coup. But if I was in America and you were like, dude, I'm going to pay you 6 figures a year. We're going to live in the Congo and you're just going to do security for my dad. I'd be like, that might be the coolest thing anyone's ever said to me. If you're in high school, you are a year removed from airsoft guns being meaningful to you. You are into that, okay? And let alone if any of these kids played an RPG and they like shoot, they're like, yes, they didn't know it was going to be a coup. Then you get over there and they're like, turns out we're going to overthrow the government, and you're like, that sounds fucking lit, dude. You know, I would have gotten scared and probably run away, but I can envision if you were really coaxed into it, just going. I have friends who studied abroad in Italy like a pussy. And I went to the Congo, and now I'm the Secretary of the Treasury. You could dream that would happen. Okay? And it didn't. And so it is a horrible situation for those kids, and I feel bad for them. But I am happy to see the youth taking an interest in politics, and especially the youth taking an interest in international relations. Because I don't feel like I get a lot of that when I'm on TikTok. I watch the younger generation, they're talking about things. There's like one guy who always shows up on my TikTok, and he just argues with religious people, and he's like, so being gay is bad? Why? And then people are like, because God said so. And then he just does this for hours. I don't know what anyone's getting out of it, but they're doing something. But I'm just happy to see young people getting involved in politics. Because as I said, we have a crisis of that. We need the next generation to look at these guys and say, I'm not going to do that, but I would like to read some articles about the Congo. I would like to read some articles about what's going on around the world. I would like to maybe take an interest in American politics that isn't just the same culture war items, but maybe some of the nitty-gritty. I mean, who's running for council anymore? Do we have anyone under the age of 68 years old who doesn't yell at you for driving your car 27 miles per hour when it's 25? Do any of those people sit on city seats? We need to get back into local politics. Am I going to do it? No, guys. I want to fucking hang out in Spain and do cool shit. But maybe, just maybe, this will light a fire under one of your asses, and you will go and you will say, I'm going to run. I'm going to take part. I'm going to do my civic duty. And I'm going to send Karen from up the street to fucking Michael's to crochet like someone her goddamn age should. That's the type of shit we need to see. Be the change you wish to see. Be the Spain you wish to be in the world. I believe it. I believe it. What a place. What a place. Travel is great. I think there's a great thing that happens with travel. At least I like to engage in this, where I learn a tiny bit about a place, Spain, for example, and I extrapolate so much from it, and very few of that is connected to reality or the daily life of the people here, but I don't care because I made up my mind about it. That's the real beauty of being an American. That's the real beauty of being a traveler, is you could just go somewhere and be like, yeah, I got it. Yeah, I figured it out. And they'll be like, well, no, not for everyone. You had a very specific experience. And I'll be like, dude, I only get to be in Spain for maybe 3 weeks of my entire life. I'm going to decide what it is based on those, and I'm going to keep it moving. And that's just what I'm going to do. Is it the right way to do it? I would say yes. We're in beautiful country. Salvador Dali used to come here. This is where he would vacation. If you don't know Salvador Dali, look him up. He paints and shit, I imagine. He painted clocks. He did acid and he painted clocks and he made them sweaty. And that's the type of beautiful thing that I can see how that would happen out here. I was looking around at the foliage. I was looking around at the foliage and the trees and the fucking dirt and shit. And I was like, I could rip some acid and paint some clocks out here. 100%. This is the type of thing that I hate about comedy. You're so much better at comedy when you're actually in your daily life, right? You're stuck on the subway, okay? You're pissed off at your job. You're inundated with news and you're reacting to all of that and you're in the midst of it, and that's what creates great comedy. I haven't written one fucking joke out here. Haven't written one. Should have been a painter. Dude, painting is amazing. You disconnect and I got to fall in love with a leaf or something. Let me cook. That would be awesome. Or like music, you can say, oh, we're going to take the band and we have a particular vibe for this album, and what we want to do is we want it to be Parisian sound influence, so we're going to be in Paris and we're just going to be there, and that would be awesome. I come out here, I can't write jokes, but what I can do is sit here and podcast for a bit and dress up in my finest European linens and these lovely Euro glasses and have a cigarette, but that's what they say out here, and enjoy myself, which I have done, and which I hope you have done. I think it is soon time. I mean, it is so windy, I am going to blow out of this chair at some point, and I might have to go inside and take a Rioja and maybe look at some Salvador Dali paintings and get a little bit more cultured and wonder if maybe I should summer in the Spanish countryside. Maybe I should take summer here. I know I can't. I can't afford it. My friend made money. That's why I'm at a nice house. I couldn't even. But I'm here. And I deserve it because I'm having a hot girl summer. I really did have a hot girl summer. I'll tell you guys a little bit about it. I got here night one. We went to Paris. We dined gazing upon the Eiffel. I never thought I would care for the Eiffel Tower. I was like, people have done it. Who gives a shit? I don't watch rom-coms. I'm a man. Okay? I looked at it. I was like, that shit's amazing. I love my wife. It's a beautiful, it's the right size. It just kind of stands there and it's just like, and you go, nice, dude. Thank you, Eiffel. I really enjoyed it. Night one, I did a show. I did a Don't Tell comedy in a CrossFit gym in Paris. The crowd was great. Had a super fun time. We after that we met up. We had friends who were in Paris, and they were like, "Hey, our friends are DJing at this club." Next thing I know, I'm in a Parisian nightclub, okay, hacking darts like a gentleman on stage with the DJs in Paris at a club after doing a show. Going, what the fuck is happening right now? That was night one. That was night one of this trip. Okay, incredible. I saw beautiful things in Paris. Saw the Mona Lisa. I told you about it. Made me feel things. Walked the Louvre. It's lovely. It's an amazing place. Used to be a palace. They turned it into a museo. It's exactly what I'm talking about, guys. It's this, we've done our conquest. We're done. Now it's time to enjoy. I think it's time to enjoy. All right, America? It's time to enjoy. The Louvre was amazing. We went to Mallorca. I go to Mallorca. I get a text from my friend, Timo Meyer, lovely man, plays for the New Jersey Devils. He goes, hey, I'm coming to Mallorca. I go, what the fuck are you talking about? We end up going out, we party. Okay, me, Timo, Nico Herscher, captain of the Devils. We have a lovely time in Mallorca. It's the off season. These men deserve it. Okay, we sipped rosé by the gallon. It was a lovely time. We took in his show. We look over at the table next to us, Robert Lewandowski, one of the star players, one of the strikers for FC Barcelona. Ever heard of them? Have you ever heard of them? I took a selfie with him. I am having a hot girl summer. Okay? My best friend proposed to my wife's cousin. What is happening, guys? Amazing thing. This is all before I even go to Barcelona. In Barcelona, we have the best time. I love Barcelona. It's a beautiful town. They have a big old a big open farmer's market. You go, you can eat, you can have anything what the fuck you want. You can have anything. It's fantastic. It's fresh. And none of it makes you fat or gives you cancer because it's Europe. It's been unbelievable. Unbelievable. Now, I'm in Costa Brava, the Spanish coastline. The Spanish coastline Meredilla. That's where I am. It's been a nice time, guys. Look, it's not always like this. It's not always like this, and I assure you, I really can't afford most of it, so I'm having a hot girl summer for sure. I'm getting treated to some things out here, okay? You know why? Because a lot of those people looked at me and they said, I'm pretty sure that guy's podcast gets around 160 to 250 views on YouTube sometimes, and they said, we got to hook this fucking guy up. But I wasn't going to leave you guys out of it. That's why I wanted to bring you here. I know we appreciate White Boy Summer. Well, we're having Hot Girl Summer as well. Shout out to Mexico for getting some yacha, for getting some pussy in a palace. It's a beautiful thing, okay? I hope that this has been a beautiful transmission of Spain into your hearts. We're all going to take a little piece of Spain, a little piece of Catalonia. Okay, we're going to take it with us on our day, and we're going to look at things and we're going to go, fuck that. If there's something bothering you at work, fuck that. We're in our retirement era. We're in our enjoyment era. We eat cured meats. We smoke cigarettes, not aggressively, just a bit. We have wine that feels good. We don't drink it till we feel bad. We do things with a touch of class and a touch of taste. And that's how we do things at The Joey Show. Thank you guys so much for listening. I quite literally love you. And I hope to see you next time. Come see me on tour, folks. JoeyAvery.com/live. We got Dallas coming up next week. We've got San Diego. We've got tons more. It's a beautiful thing. Please don't forget to like and subscribe and comment on our little upstart, on our little wooden ship here. We're having a fun time. We hope you're enjoying it with us, and we'll see you next time. Theo from Spain. Thank God I have a podcast.